Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Right Recipe for Travel. I'm your host, Cynthia. Now, you guys absolutely loved my last packing video, but it's 2026 and the game has changed. So, today I am getting ready for a massive 11-day cruise. But here's the kicker, I'm actually packing for 14 days total because I'm hitting the amusement parks. I'm headed to Epic Universe. I'm so excited. For a few days, before I actually step foot on the gangway. Now, whether you're going on a 3-day weekend getaway or a 14-day grand voyage, this is the ultimate packing update. So let's get to the recipe for some perfectly packed bags. First things first, let's talk about the great debate. What do I mean? I mean, should you roll or should you fold? Now, I've tested it all, and my 2026 verdict is the hybrid method. This is really the gold standard strategy. It saves space and it lets you see everything at a glance. Using this method, well, it's just guaranteed to help you maximize space, help you to minimize those wrinkles, and also to stay organized. Everything that we want from our packing. Now, we will be using packing cubes to help us. And right here, I have two different types of cubes. We have the standard packing cube, as well as these compression cubes. And stick around to the end. I'm going to show you exactly how the compression cubes work to help us save space. The absolute best way to pack is to categorize by cube using two different techniques. So for the first one, we're going to use the roll technique. Roll your t-shirts, your pajamas, your swimwear, your gym clothes. Rolling compresses all of the air out of the fabric, which allows you to file them into the cube side by side so that you are able to see everything at once. I've shown you how to do the roll method. Now let's look at the fold method. It's going to be a sharp rectangular fold, and take your underwear and place those inside of your largest fold item. That's going to give you your whole outfit for today, your top, your bottom, and your underwear. And then we're going to do nice sharp folding method. Here we go. Now you're going to fold your formal wear. For your cruise elegant nights or your linen pieces, you're going to use the file fold, a flat rectangular fold. You're going to place these flat on the very top of your packed cube. The pressure from the rolled items underneath, well, it acts like a firm mattress, keeping the folded items from shifting and from creasing. We are going to leverage our packing cubes. Since you are already using cubes, you're going to actually use them to mirror your ship's cabin's organization. And here's how you will do that. Use one cube per category. Dedicate one cube to things like swimsuits, sunwear, cover-ups, rash guards, and then one to evening wear. And then, of course, one to day wear. Use the dirty laundry cube method. Keep one cube empty at the start of the trip. As the cruise progresses, fill it with worn clothes. This keeps your suitcase organized for the trip home, and it also makes unpacking a breeze. Let's talk about the bundle hack for wrinkles. If you have some high maintenance fabrics, we're talking things like silk or rayon, try bundle packing. Wrap these delicate items around a core of softer rolled items like socks or t-shirts. By wrapping the fabric around a curved surface rather than folding it into sharp angles, you eliminate the pressure points that cause those deep wrinkles. Here's a pro tip, the over-the-door secret. While not a packing method, bringing a hanging clear shoe organizer, You can use this to put toiletries, sunscreen, chargers. It really frees up that tiny vanity space in your cabin. And then this way it keeps your essential cubes from getting cluttered. Always use the gaps. Stuff your socks and belts inside your shoes. This maintains the shoe's shape and it also utilizes that dead space that would otherwise just be wasted. Now, here's the down and dirty wrinkle fix. Let's say something does get wrinkled. Hang it in the bathroom while you take a hot shower. The steam usually pulls out light travel creases without needing an iron, which of course we all know is definitely banned on most ships anyway. When you're doing a split trip like mine, so I'm doing the theme parks plus a cruise, you have to pack in zones. So for our zone one, the first zone, we're going to get our park gear. Think moisture wicking fabrics and comfortable sneakers, lots of socks. Zone two, let's talk about the Lido deck. Talking about swimwear, cover ups, flip flops. You know the deal. You know how we do it on the Lido. And then zone three, the main dining room, your cruise elegant outfits. Remember, I'm using packing cubes to help keep these zones separate. That way, when I'm at the hotel for the parks, I'm not digging through my formal dresses to find a pair of socks. Here are some right recipe secret weapons. These are the pro tips. All right, this is the fun part. The little seasonings that make your packing job much easier. Here's the kitchen counter trick. You know those flat irons and curling irons? Well, don't wait for them to cool down and waste precious time. Pack an oven mitt. You can slide your hot hair tools right into a silicone or a heat resistant oven mitt and pack them immediately without worrying about melting any of your clothes. Let's talk about the jewelry. Here's the jewelry organizer. Stop the tangles. Use a small pill organizer or even a button to keep your earrings together. It's small, it's cheap, and it keeps your gold night jewelry ready to wear. Now it's 2026, so I do have to give you a quick 2026 reminder. Remember to check your airline weight limits. Since we're doing 14 days, it's really easy to go over that 50-pound limit. Now here's the heavy rule. Wear your heaviest shoes, like your park sneakers, and your jacket on the plane. Save that precious suitcase weight for your souvenirs. Now that we've got the suitcase packed, we need to talk about the most important bag in your travel arsenal, your carry on. Think of this as your survival kit. Whether you're at the airport or waiting for your luggage to arrive at your cruise cabin, this bag holds the recipe for a stress free start. So if your suitcase goes missing or is delayed, you can still have a great day if this bag is packed right. So let's dive into the essentials. We're starting off with what I like to call the golden three. This is your documents, your money, and your meds. First up, the non negotiables. These never, and I mean never, go in your checked luggage. Here we're going to keep like dedicated organizer for like our passports, our cruise boarding passes, and maybe if you still need that COVID-19 vaccination record, some places do, some cruise ships do, depending on your destination. And here is a pro tip. Take a photo of your passport and email it to yourself, just in case. Now let's talk about the cash stash. Yes, we live in a digital world, but for the porters at the pier and the shore excursions, cash is still king. So keep a stack of small bills. We're talking about ones and fives, ready for tipping so you're not scrambling at the curb. We're talking about now the pharmacy. All the medications that need to stay with you, your personal pharmacy. Now, this will include your daily prescriptions, but also your cruise first aid, things like motion sickness patches, C-bands, ibuprofen. Now, if the ship pharmacy is closed when you board, you'll be glad that you have your own. And also, based on those prices, you'll be glad that you have your own. And also, we're going on amusement parks, and sometimes the rides can really get to you. So keep these with you. Now let's talk about the cruise secret. When you board that ship, you want to hit the pool or the buffet immediately, right? But your suitcase is still being processed by the crew. So for your swim shift, for you swimmers out there, pack a swimsuit and a cover up in your carry on. You can then head straight to the Lido deck, change in the restroom, and be in the hot tub while everyone else is still waiting for their room to be ready. Now let's get into what I call the tech hub. All of your electronics. I'm talking about phones and chargers, power banks, and that portable fan, a cruise essential, I might add, that stays here. Do not pack your lithium batteries also. Don't pack your power banks in your checked luggage. They are a fire hazard, and the ship will definitely confiscate your bag if they're found. Now, let me talk to you about your valuables and your breakables. Here's the rule: if it's expensive or if it's sentimental, it stays on your shoulder. And never check your formal night jewelry. When it comes to sunglasses, keep your shades in a hard case right at the top of the bag. And if you're going to be bringing that wine or that champagne, because most cruise lines let you bring 2 bottles of wine or champagne per stateroom, but they must be in your carry on. If you put them in your check bag, they might break, or the ship might hold your bag for security screening. Now, here are just a couple of final recipes for travel. These are like the secrets for this bag. I'm calling this the toiletry refresh. Pack a toothbrush and a small travel size deodorant. After a long flight or a morning on the cruise terminal, a quick 2-minute refresh, well, it can really make you feel like a whole new person. Have your lanyard or your card holder ready in your bag. The second they hand you that sign and sale card or your medallion, you're ready to go, hands free. If you have these essentials in your carry on, you are officially unmessable. Your suitcase could be in a different continent and you'd still be sipping a mojito by the pool. What's the one thing that you always keep in your carry on? Let me know in the comments below. There you have it, my updated 2026 recipe for packing a long haul trip. Now, if you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments, what is the one thing that you absolutely cannot travel without? I'm headed out to the parks and then to the ship, so stay tuned for the vlogs. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you at the next adventure.